Hey, hi everyone. How are you doing? Great. All right. So in this session today, we will learn Selenium with Python. What you will learn in this session. So in this session, we will be covering what is Selenium, what is Python, how to download and install Python. And then we will see once we have Python downloaded and installed on our machine, how we can install Selenium on top of it. And then we'll see how we can set up PyCharm IDE. IDE is Integrated Development Environment, and once we complete all these steps, we will see how we can write a Selenium script using Python. So I'm pretty excited for this session. The reason is I don't have anything on my machine, so I'm starting from scratch. So I don't have Selenium, I don't have Python, I don't have this PyCharm IDE. Nothing is installed on my machine, and everything we will be setting up step by step and from very scratch. Okay, before diving deep into the installation and downloading others, these many parts of Selenium and Python, so I would like to start with what is Selenium. Alright, so Selenium automates browser. So Selenium is a very famous framework for web application automation. So we can write our functional test in Selenium, and we can perform functional testing of all web applications. Python is a programming language, and like Selenium is very famous with Java language nowadays, but trend is shifting and people have started using Selenium with Python. Python is also a programming language. Okay, Selenium, it automates browser, which means whatever testing we want to perform on web application we can do using this Selenium framework. And as I said earlier, Python is a programming language, which means we need to write some scripts into Selenium, and so we can use Python for that. Alright, and also as I said, I don't have anything on my machine, so we'll be starting from scratch. So let's do that right away. So in order to start with, as you can see, I am on the official site of python.org, right? So on this site we have to download Python. So it's a step-by-step process. So first of all, we will download Python, we will install Python, and after that we will use one command, pip install selenium. Using this command, in few seconds, all Selenium libraries and all dependencies will be installed on a machine. So once we have Python, we will have Selenium, and after that we will download PyCharm IDE, wherein we can write our Selenium scripts. So currently I am on the official site of Python, python.org/downloads, and if I scroll down, I will see a bunch of releases for Python. As you can see, active Python releases. So these on the left hand side, these are Python version, and these are the release dates. Alright, so what I'll do, so I'll scroll down and I'll go day by day. So I will go with this Python 3.7 something, because I think this is the stable version. So I just need to click on download. So let me summarize what we are doing exactly. So we are going to download and install Python on our machine. So right now I'm on the official site of python.org, and from there I'm installing Python whose version is 3.7.7. It's pretty simple. Now I will click on download, and it looks like downloading is started. So as you can see on the screen, when I clicked on that Python 3.7.7, I redirected on this page, and on this page, as you there's a one note, like they're suggesting that, okay, hey, you are trying to download Python 3.7, but you should note that Python 3.8 is now the latest feature. So it's up to us whether we want to go with 3.8 or we want to stick with 3.7, doesn't matter as of now. So I'll go here. So on this page, if you scroll down, you will see these bunch of files, right? These files. So depending on your operating system, whether you have 64-bit operating system, Windows, Mac, depending on your operating system, you can click corresponding link. So I'm working on Windows system and on 64-bit machine. So I'll install this executable exe installer. Okay, so I'll click on this, and once I click, as you can see on the downside and the left bottom of my screen, I can see this Python 3.7.7 is being downloaded, and earlier I had downloaded Python 3.8. So it doesn't matter, like it's up to us, so like which Python version we want. So you can go with 3.8, which is the latest one, or you can go with 3.7. So there's no logic as such, so I'm just going with 3.7 because in my experience, previous like releases, if n, so n minus 3 and minus 4 releases are stable, so that's why I'm going with this Python 3.7. Alright, so as you can see on the screen, so once I have downloaded that Windows installer exe file for Python, so under my downloads folder, I could see this Python -3.7.7. This is the exe file or the application file. In order to install, I just need to double click on this. Do you want to run this file? Yes, I would like to run this file, and I would like to install Python. So as you can see, install Python 3.7 64-bit. This pop-up appears on my machine, and then they are saying, okay, in which location you want to install Python. So by default, C drive users, my PC, app data, local programs, Python. So I'll go with this default location of Python, and it's up to us whether we want to store it some other places. So usually I'll go with like default locations. Never try to mess up with the default things. Okay, so as I could see this, I could see this one option, add Python 3.7 to path. So I'll check this, and I'll go with install now option. Setup is in progress, so let it install. Alright, congratulations, now Python is installed on the machine. As you can see, the setup was successful. A special thanks to Mark Hammond, without whose years of freely shared Windows expertise, Python for Windows would still be Python for DOS. Anyway, so this was a good message. And if you are new to Python, start with this online tutorial documentation, so it will navigate to their official site where you will learn the basics of Python. But as of now, we know that okay, this Python setup is done on our machine, so I will click on this close button. We are good to go. Alright, so okay, so far so good. So we have downloaded and installed Python. So now we want to make sure like how to verify that yes, Python is installed or not. So we can check this Python installation in a very simple way. What you need to do, you just need to go to command prompt, just command cmd, and here on the command prompt you could write simple Python -- version. Once you do that, you will see the option Python 3.7.7, which means Python is installed successfully on our machine. One thing to note over here, so during installation, if you remember, so we have a one checkbox like add this installation to our path. So if you check that path, so this Python is already added to our environment path variable. So if in case you forgot to check that checkbox, you just need to add this Python binaries on your system variables. How you can do that? So you just need to go to this my computer, right click on properties, and once you do that, you will see advanced system settings, and in advanced system settings you have to click on this environment variables, and here in system variables you will see one path. So you need to add this Python exe path in this path variable. Since during the installation I had checked that checkbox, so that's why it automatically get added on my machine, and because so we started from scratch, so nothing was there on my machine. So we together downloaded Python, we installed on my machine, and then we checked its version, right? So everything worked, which means this Python installation automatically sets this path. So if you want to see what is there in this path, so I can show you. I just open Notepad, so I can see here, right? Okay, now I'll just cancel everything. So far so good. So we are able to see we have Python. Now moving on further, there's one special thing, PIP. It's not like a PIP which happens in like most of the companies like performance improvement program. It's nothing of that sort. So it's related to Selenium. So pip, we say pip hyphen, let's check the version of pip. So when we install Python, so automatically pip get installed, right? As we can see, we have pip 19.2.3 from this location. This is the location, like on my C drive, users, programs, Python 37, lib, site, right? So at this location we have this pip. And now you must be thinking like, what is pip? Why I'm telling you over here this concept of pip, right? So let's say if you type, I'll go to that. I'll explain like what is pip, but before that I want to show you something which is very interesting. So if you on command prompt, if you write pip -v, right, pip -v, so you will notice bunch of information. If you go through this, you will not ask me like what is pip. So as you can see, there are a bunch of commands which we can use pip. So pip is nothing, it's like a package manager, right? So whatever you need for Python, you will get, right? So pip install, so what this command does, it install packages. Pip download, it download packages. Pip uninstall, it uninstall packages, and so on, right? So you must be thinking, what does it mean, install packages? Which means if you are working with Python and you want to do some operations, right, with other libraries, in our case it's Selenium, right? Selenium, like this tutorial is all about Selenium with Python, right? So now we have Python. Now we want to take Selenium binaries, Selenium library, right? So we need Selenium, right? So Selenium comes in the form of packages, which means we can install Selenium packages using this pip command, right? So what we can do next is, so if you remember our agenda, so it was in the sequence like what is Selenium, what is Python, then how to download Python. Once we have this, now let's move on to Selenium. Now we want to download and install Selenium on our machine to work with Python. So it's in one command you can do that. So you don't need to go to the official site of Selenium, nothing to download from there. So it's simple, one command. You just need to write pip install Selenium. 3 words, pip install Selenium. If you press enter, it should start collecting Selenium packages, libraries, bunch of things. And you must know, whatever latest Selenium is there, you will get here, right? And you can read all these like, oh, it's so quick. As you can see, successfully installed Selenium 3.14, right? Warning, you are using pip version 19.23. However, this is available. You should consider upgrading by the python-m pip install. Anyways, so I'll just ignore this warning. The fact of the matter is, I'm able to install Selenium with this just command. So if you go for interviews and if you say to the interviewer, hey, I have worked with Selenium and Python, so it's a very basic question. Okay, you have worked with Selenium and Python. How do you install Selenium packages, or how do you take care of Selenium libraries? So you can say, yeah, I just use pip install Selenium. Using this command, I was able to collect all the Selenium packages. So far so good. So now we have Selenium also. Okay, now we have Python, we have Selenium libraries, right? Now if you want to say, okay, now you are saying you have Selenium, but how to verify that, right? So we can verify that, okay, this command prompt has done really very well. So I'll go to this location where my Python is. So I'm not able to like recall this huge path, so I'll copy up to this path. So I hope I should navigate to that location. Here you go. So right now I'm at Python 37. Here I have installed my Python. As you can see, this Python DLLs, bunch of other things, this libs folder, lib folder. Okay, so I'm inside this Python 37 lib folder, and here you will see this site-packages. If you open this folder, you will see this bunch of Selenium files, right? This Selenium is here. We have Selenium this, right? So we have used pip install Selenium, and Selenium gets installed into our Python setup. So far so good. So great, we have Python, we have Selenium. Now time comes the editor where we will write our Selenium scripts, right? So if you have some knowledge about Selenium with Java, so we have Eclipse IDE where we write some Java code, and with Selenium, right? So we have one editor, like Eclipse editor. Same way for Java we have IntelliJ IDE, right? So these are different kind of editors wherein we can write our programs, where our scripts. Same way, if you're working with Python, you will need some kind of editor, right? Wherein you can create your project, you can write your file, your Python classes, right? Your Python files. So that you need something to write, right? A kind of editor. So for Selenium with Python, so I'm going to use this PyCharm. It is being provided by JetBrains. The JetBrains company also provides IntelliJ IDE, which is a very famous. So you just need to go to this official site of JetBrains, like jetbrains.com/pycharm/download, and you will be coming over here on this page. As you can see, this PyCharm, this IDE, comes in two flavors. One is professional, and the other one is the community. So professional is the license version, and this community is the free version. So for our project, we'll be using this community edition, which is a free version of PyCharm, right? So as you can see right over here, like free/open source. So this is open source. So next task is to download this PyCharm, so that we will have all the setup ready, and then we will write Selenium scripts using Python. So I'll download this real quick. Just click on this download button. As you can see, thank you for downloading PyCharm. Your download should start shortly. So as you can see on the left bottom of my screen, it is getting downloaded. Alright, as you can see, now I have this PyCharm community edition on my machine. So the entire setup is downloaded now. So I will just double click on this PyCharm community edition. Just double click on this PyCharm community, and I will just click on this run. So now it will start installation of PyCharm editor. As you can see, PyCharm community edition setup. Welcome to PyCharm community edition setup. You just need to click on next button, and again, like, choose install location. So I'll go with the default one. Click on next, and as you can see, there are different options. So just read one by one. Create desktop shortcut, yes, it would be great. Then update context menu, add open folder as project, create associations.py, update path variable, restart needed, add launchers directory to the path. So I will take this like I want to update path variable, and I'll leave these two as it is. Reason, because it doesn't matter, like but it's up to us, like we can later also I can open any folder as project, and it's up to us like whether we want to create association or not. So I'll go with this two options, and if we need this we can add further. So I'll click on next, choose the start menu, JetBrains, that's fine, click on install, and it will start installation. And as you can see, this is getting installed right now. So as you can see, at the end I will get this option, completing PyCharm Community Edition setup. Your computer must be restarted in order to complete the installation of PyCharm Community Edition. Do you want to restart now or reboot later? So it's up to us. So once we restart our machine, so this PyCharm Edition will be there. So once you will have PyCharm installed on your machine, so you can go to start option, and if you click on all programs, so here you will see this JetBrains. So if you click on JetBrains, so you will see this PyCharm Community Edition. So just double click on this, so it will launch PyCharm editor or IDE, Integrated Development Environment. As you can see on the screen, we have this PyCharm Community 2020.1, and it should open up, and initially it will give us some like options like how we want our look and feel of this editor, right? So those options should come. So as you can see, we have now got PyCharm, welcome to PyCharm, and on this pop-up we can see this, we can check out any project from Git version control, or we can open any existing project. So we have not any project as of now, so now I'm gonna create one new project. So you just click on new. Once you click on new, as you can see, we have bunch of options over here. So location is C drive, my PC, PyCharm project, sign title, so I'll name it as Selenium. The name of the project should be selenium-python, for example, selenium-python project, just a name. So you can give any name. So since I want to use Selenium with Python, so that's why I have given the project name as selenium-python project. New environment using virtual, let other things be by default, and this is the main important thing, base interpreter. So this is very important, you just need to set, and in fact it is automatically gets populated. So it refers the path of python.exe. So whatever you write on this on this PyCharm editor, so there should be some interpreter who can interpret, okay, oh, you have written something, there should be some interpreter who can understand all those scripts, all those programs, right? So that's why this PyCharm editor provides this base interpreter, wherein we provide the path of python.exe, so that whatever you write on that, so Python should be able to understand. In short, I have just given the name of my project, Selenium Python project, and the rest of the things are by default, and I'll just click on this create button. With this, our project will get created. Alright, now we have created one new project, Selenium Python project, right? So which means we have come a long way. We started with nothing on our system, nothing on our machine, and then we downloaded Python, we installed Python, then we using pip command we installed Selenium, then we downloaded PyCharm editor, this IDE. Now we are making progress, right? So now let's proceed further. So now I'm gonna create one new package, let's say, so Python package. So I will give name, let's say com.mycompany, for example, my company. So you can give any package depending on the need. Inside package, I'm gonna create one file, let's say this is my Selenium test, and here I'm gonna write my Selenium test. If you press enter, it will ask this editor, this PyCharm editor will ask register new file type extension. What kind of file you want to create? You want to create text file or Python file or HTML file? So this time I'm going to create like Python file, because our motive is to write Selenium scripts in Python. So I'm select this Python, click on OK. As you can see this my Selenium test, this Python file got created. Okay. Alright, so now we have this blank area, and here we'll do some fun stuff, right? So what we are going to do, so we'll be launching so in Selenium, as you know, it's a like web application we can test using Selenium. It automates browsers. So what are we going to do? So we will open Chrome browser, we will go to google.com, then we will type something on google.com, and then we will press enter, right? So this operation we want to perform using our Selenium scripts in Python. Okay, so in the interest of time, I'm not going to type everything. So what I'm going to do, I'll do some smart work. So as you can see, this is the official site of selenium.dev, right? So here you will see this code snippet. So if you are working with Java, so you will see this starting like one sample script for Java. Same way you can find for Python, C#, Ruby, right? Because Selenium supports many languages. So when it comes to Python, so I will use this code snippet. So so as I said, it will do the same thing. So as you can see, so they are giving on official site, they have given, okay, you can initialize WebDriver with Firefox, you can use driver.get command to navigate to this google.com, then you can find element by name, then send keys, right? So I'll walk through this code later, but what I want to do right now, I just want to copy this. So I'll just copy the entire stuff. I'll go to my PyCharm editor here. I'll just copy paste. Good. So far so good. Oh, we got bunch of red lines. No problem. We'll fix in some time. Okay. So as you can see, we have seen these red lines are there. All right, and these are red lines. There are some errors, right? Unresolved package Selenium. So since we started as a like as a beginner from scratch, and these are the problems which any beginner will face whenever he wants to set up Selenium with Python on his machine for first time, right? So if you see this unresolved Selenium, right, these red lines, so it's not able to understand, okay, from, so this first line says from Selenium import WebDriver, but this Selenium PyCharm editor doesn't know what is Selenium and what to import WebDriver, right? So what we can do, we can fix this error in very simple way. What you need to go, just go to this file menu, file, then go to settings, right? And here you will see this project interpreter. Okay, so this is the project which we have created, Selenium Python project. So automatically it will be populated over here under file settings. And if you go to project interpreter, here you will see bunch of packages over here. So we have package pip, these things, setup tools, right? So you need to click on this plus button right here. Just click on this plus button, and you will see bunch of options over here, like available packages. So in this search box you need to type Selenium, because we in the editor we were seeing we were getting these red lines, right, errors. So you just need to type Selenium. As you can see over here, it's loading. So what errors they mean, which means they were missing Python bindings for Selenium, right? Because we have created Python file, right, my Selenium script, that Python file, and we are writing Selenium code over there. So there should be some bindings which can integrate those things. So that thing is Python bindings for Selenium. So on the left bottom of my screen, you will see this button, install package. So now we are going to install Python bindings for Selenium, and I will click on the install package. Once you click on install, So this PyCharm IDE automatically install these Python bindings which are needed for Selenium. So after a while you will see this package Selenium installed successfully. Alright, so far so good. So just close this, click on OK. As you can see here, we have got this Selenium. Just click on OK. Boom. All red lines gone, right? So we are good. Now, so I'll go through this code. So this first half section, like we see bunch of from statements, then import. So this is essentially importing all the classes from these packages from Selenium. Import WebDriver, because WebDriver is the main thing in Selenium. It is the heart of Selenium. So through browser this WebDriver interacts, right? So when I say like I will open google.com, so who is going to do, because manually I'm not going to do, right? So WebDriver automatically it will launch the google.com, right? So who is doing in the machine? So it's WebDriver. So from Selenium import WebDriver, then we will see inside WebDriver, inside these packages, we have bunch of classes like by, keys, WebDriver wait. So we are importing all classes from these packages. So from package import this class, by class. From this package selenium.webdriver.common.keys import this keys class. From selenium.webdriver.support.ui import WebDriver wait. So this WebDriver wait is for synchronization, because whatever we write on our script, and so there is some lag between, we say okay open google.com, so google.com browser, Chrome browser will take some time to get open, right? So we need to sync our scripts with browser. So if we click on any button on any application, so after click, browser takes some time to navigate to the next page. So during that time we need to make sure that our scripts wait for that navigation, for that redirection, right? And then this expected conditions, this is again for that synchronization which I was saying, that okay, so there's one class presence of element located. So essentially what we do, we say okay wait until some element gets loaded on that page. Anyways, so I was trying to explain the first half of this script, so it's clear. So we are importing bunch of classes from these packages. Now in the second half of the section, this WebDriver with command with WebDriver.Firefox as driver. So we are initializing our driver which will open Firefox, but as I said, I'm not interested in Firefox, I want Chrome. So what I just delete this. If I press dot, I will see bunch of options, right? So I will use this Chrome, right? Chrome as driver. Then I have initialized wait with WebDriver wait. This is the important line, driver.get. So this driver.get command launches the browser, and then the Selenium provides bunch of methods using which we can identify web elements on any web application. So find element method we use, and then we have different ways to identify, to locate elements on any web page. So in this example we are identifying by.name, right, q. So if you open google.com, so let's say I open google.com, let's say, let me open up new browser. If I go Google, if I type google.com, so let's go to google.com, and here on google.com, this is the search box. So if I right click, I should get google.com. okay, so this is google.com. If I right click and click on inspect, right, this inspect menu option, so I should be able to see the DOM elements of this web page, right? DOM means document object model, as you can see, right? So this is the search box, and this is the search box. I should see name property, as you can see in this name. So Google text box, the search box, has this name as Q. So my Selenium code is doing driver.find element by.name whose name is Q. right? So as you can see, name is equal to q, and that's what our script is doing. Driver dot find element by find that element whose name is q, then send keys, type something, let's say cheese, and then press enter or return, right? And then wait until this property gets loaded, and then print this result, the text content, just print on the console. So far so good. Now excited. Now let's run this code and see whether we are able to open Chrome browser or not. So I should close, let's let it be like that. We will use for future reference. Okay, so far so good. Let me summarize quickly. So we have this PyCharm editor, then we wrote this code. These are just importing bunch of classes from these packages. Initially we got some errors which we got resolved using installing Selenium package from going to file settings. Alright, now how to execute? Just right click on this and click on run my Selenium test. And now this should open Chrome browser, right? And it should navigate to google.com, and then it will type cheese on that and it will press enter. Okay, so by the time it gets started, there's one important thing which I'm gonna tell you about, like Chrome. Oh, it's there on the screen. We see Chrome browser, so I'm really excited that we started from scratch. We had nothing on our machine. Now I'm really happy that everything is set up. As a beginner, I can set up Python, I can set up Selenium on my machine, or I can install this editor, and on that editor I can write that code, and which is doing the operation which I want. So it has opened google.com. It should type cheese. Yeah, here you go. It is typing cheese, and it should press enter, right? And whatever results we will see, it will wait for that, and then it should close the browser. Which means we started from scratch and we are able to do this web browser automation. So it's just the example of google.com. It could be in your company, it could in any project, it could be any web application. You just need to provide the URL of your web application. It will open up your application and you can start writing your functional test over there. Alright, so I was saying one important thing which I could not mention over here was this ChromeDriver, right? So in Selenium there is a concept of ChromeDriver.exe. So in order to, along with all the setup, you need ChromeDriver on your machine. So what you need to do, so that part was I did that part. I'll tell you. So there was this page selenium.dev documentation. So here you will see this driver requirements, right? So this driver requirements is there. So on whatever browser you want to run, so you can run your Selenium test on Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Internet Explorer, Safari, Opera, and so on. Since I want to run my test on Chrome, so I have to download this ChromeDriver. So once like this PyCharm installation was happening, so I had paused my video. So during that time I had downloaded this ChromeDriver. So once you go to this Chrome downloads section, so you will see this ChromeDriver different releases, right? So this part we need to add, so that's why I'm saying you. So I just downloaded this latest version 83.03. so you just need to download the latest release. Just click on latest release. It will navigate to, it will tell you, okay, 83 dot something is the latest release. So on this page of ChromeDriver, I went to 83.3. I just click on this. One zip file gets downloaded on my machine. So this is the zip file. Just I unzip it. So in ChromeDriver I got this exe, ChromeDriver.exe, right? So in order to run on Chrome browser, you have to use this Chrome.exe. How you can use? Just copy this Chrome.exe. Just click on Ctrl+C and go to your Python installation. So here on my machine, at this location, like C drive, users, my PC, app data, local, programs, Python, Python 37, like where your python.exe is there, just paste your ChromeDriver.exe, right? This ChromeDriver.exe. So this part I did when this PyCharm editor installation was going on. I just paused my video and in the background I did that, but it's worth mentioning that so let's say if you don't have this Chrome driver over here, so let me rename it to, let's say, something _123 for the time being, and if I run my test, I should see some errors. Here you go, you got some errors. So an error is of this type, like, okay, ChromeDriver executable needs to be in this path. So when you will run this code first time, you will get this error, ChromeDriver executable needs to be in the path. So what you need to do to fix this, the same thing which I have told you, you have to go to this ChromeDriver.storage.google APIs, or from the previous page which I was telling, you just need to download this Chrome driver, and you need to unzip this. So once you download, you will get this zip file, Chrome driver zip. Just unzip it. After unzip, you will get this application Chrome driver. Just copy this, go to this your Python installation, just paste over here. For example, you have done something like this, so I will delete this 123 part, which is of no use now. So once you have this Chrome driver on your under this Python 37 folder, and if you go to this PyCharm, if you run your test again, you should not see any issue and your test should run. And that's the importance of this drivers in Selenium. So if you are using Chrome browser, you need Chrome driver. If you are using Firefox, you will need Firefox driver. If you are using Internet Explorer, you will need IDE driver, right? And that's how you can fix this error. Now you can see again my test is running pretty fine, and I'm very excited and happy that we are able to run our selenium-python script on our machine now. And there are different ways how to manage these drivers. So we can create these drivers over here. We can create one driver folder and we can copy all the drivers over here, and we can also provide this so I think I had closed something, so that's why I got this synchronization issue, because script was running and I just disturbed it, so it got filled. No problem, never mind. So I was saying, so you can create one folder over here. For example, let's say one folder driver, and inside driver you can paste all the exe drivers, and here you can also provide this execute path. So executable path, because this in the error it was asking executable path. So in Chrome driver you can mention execute, press Ctrl, Qtipple, path is equal to, and then here you can pass the entire path of your ChromeDriver.exe. This is one of the option we can do. If you don't want to if you don't want to specify explicitly where your executable path is. So if you want to specify, you can, like, hey, I'm using Chrome and this is my executable path, ChromeDriver.exe. You can provide the complete path. If you don't want this, so you can go directly to the Python installation directory, which I did here, and you can copy the Chrome driver over here. So there are certain advantages, disadvantages. Like advantages, like it was quick, no need to do any modifications in the code, just copy the Chrome driver in your Python installation. But the drawback is, if you want to export this project to any other machine, if you want to share this project with your any team member, then they will have different directory for Python installation and they will not get this Chrome driver. So as a good practice, you need to create one folder over here in your project itself, let's say drivers, and inside that driver provide copy all the exes, and here provide your path of those exes. Alright, so let me quickly summarize what we learned today. So we started with this agenda. Let me open this in real quick way. So we started with something like this. We started with Selenium with Python, and I was damn excited for this session. That okay, I'm going to do Selenium and Python. It is still loading, my slides are still loading, never mind. So I just wanted to bring to the same page from where we started. So we wanted to start Selenium with Python, right? Then we wanted, I promised that what you will learn in this session, I said okay, you will learn what is Selenium, what is Python, how to download and install Python, and that we did from python.org website. And then we got to know how to install Selenium for Python. We use pip install Selenium command. Pip is a package manager which install all the packages which we need when we are using Python. So using pip install Selenium, we were able to install Selenium, and then we downloaded PyCharm IDE, and in that PyCharm IDE there were a bunch of options which we configured, right? Then we have written our Selenium script of launching google.com, typing something and seeing how it goes. And I'm glad that we have completed all these topics, and I hope you have understood like the basics of Selenium, Python, how we can do the entire setup. And I hope you like this session, and thank you so much for being with me. And if you like this session, please share with other friends who like to see these kind of stuffs, and please subscribe to our channel. All right, keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye, see you in the next session. Thank you, bye bye.